Right, this is my right rear wing, which I've had solder blasted to see what's underneath. It's not too bad. This is a replacement panel here, and you can see obviously some brazed panels in that go up there, and I've replaced a piece of section at the front there as well. I picked these up at the weekend from Leaping Cats, I think it was, and I've tried. It's just a bit of 10mm copper pipe that's been bent, but I imagine the radius is pretty good, and it's very smooth. There's no kinks in it. And I've tried these on the other side, and they fit. I've tried them on this side, and it doesn't fit. And it fits where the fender's original. It fits nice till we get to here, and we've got a lump here which needs addressing, and I've already shortened it along there to there because that didn't match the door line. And I've taken this off the other side and try that on there, and it seems to go wrong just this section here. So if I flatten that out and fold that lip over a bit more, that'll solve that. That's still not the end of it. Because if we look at that, we've got a step where that join is. There's a step. This section here is way too flat. So I think if I can shrink that, it'll put some shape into this. Shrink this edge here on the shrinker. That will give that some shape. And then the next thing, which I've seen this done on a few doer-uppers, that they've actually cut this flange off here. So I'm going to make a new flange for this and bond it onto the back. As you can see, we've got a split here. Can you see that? No, well, anyway, there's a split there. So it needs a bit of extra strength. That's not strong enough as it is. So it's going to be a bit unwieldy to try and shrink that edge, but I'll have a go. So I've just flattened that edge out there, and that's the new line that I'm hoping to get to. So if we see if these will do it. Putting this curved line, it's going to do something to this panel. Is it going to make it convex or concave? Not quite sure yet. Right, let's try that. I've got a lip there, they've overlapped it on that joint, which is causing me a little bit of problem. I'll flip it over and see if it fits. Well, that fits pretty much everywhere except there. I've got a little gap there. I've overcooked that a little bit. Put a little bit of lead in there and that'll be fine. So now try and put some shape into this because this is too flat at the moment. Putting that bend in there. Can you see it? This bend here. It's actually put some nice curve into that, and we're not far off of that. But I have got a problem with that. And it's out. It's not far off. So I'll try a bit of shrinking on that with the torch. You're better off doing it from this side. That stopped it oil canning, but it's stuck in the down position. See if I can beat that out a bit. think that's sorted that. This is the sort of shape I want to make in a strip. And I have to shrink the one edge and stretch the other edge, so that's going to be a pain because I've only got one shrinker stretcher. Now this measures a little over 7mm, and the smallest I can get out of my bender is about 10. So, but that lip there, that is about 10mm, so I can't really take any more out than that. So if this copper is too recessed, I'll just have to bend the one lip up a bit to push it forward, because I'm going to bond that on as well as pop rivet. So I'm going to make this in 2 halves, so we'll try the 1 half and see how that looks. Well, this is about 800 long. This will be the bit the copper sticks to. This will be the flange that sticks onto the wing. And I've had a couple of light passes. You can't see that, can you? A couple of light passes on this side. I've swapped the shrinker over. So I'm now stretching, and I'll give this side a stretch. Which has made this edge kick up a bit through not stretching them at equal amounts. Well, that's a failure. It's turned into a snake. Trying to keep that flat is too much for me, so I'm trying to think of something else. Well, that was another failure. Although I sort of got the shape, it was just too inaccurate. So there's a slot there to slide up the first flange, and then that piece on top is 7mm thick. So just bend the one angle in it, slide that through and knock it down. And this is the section that I turned into a snake earlier, so I've recovered that by putting it through that jig, and that fits the hoop nice. So I'll clamp it on the car and see if it fits there. And I think I'm making some progress. That's just sort of roughly clamped in place there. I've obviously got to trim that edge, showing back some more. And I need to put a little bit of lead in that gap there. But everything else is pretty good. I've got to change this corner here. This bend is too sharp and it doesn't fit the door. So I've got to get this back on the cart again and change this curve before I can finish this. These will need some special sort of ends making for this flange. It goes around the corner quite a bit. So, some progress. Well, I think I'm sort of coming to the end of where this wing should be. I put some lead in there. That bit will be filled. Let's brought the edge back nice. I've changed this corner, this bottom corner of the wing. That's the right sort of shape now. And then to sort this bit out, I've made this, and that shrinker is brilliant, and I'm sure I make these bits because I can now, but it's so useful. And that will go, I'll cut a section of this lip out and that will go in there, hopefully.